think you've stated it pretty badly. I'll quote your words from the dispatch. The abuse of power within the system...
I told you I have nothing more to say on that topic.
...will be my first area of attack. Now, I just want to know, is it coincidence that 3 members of your family are on the government payroll? Should I take that as silent agreement?
You can take it any way you like. I have nothing more to say on that subject. Could we move on?
You've been using your position to pad your family with the taxpayers' money. Now, I think that has to be addressed.
Good
Don't come off
stuff,
so high
Miles.
and
Good stuff.
Your own daughter is the producer of this show. Now, how'd she pull that off?
Against my wishes, for one thing. The difference is I bring in the money that pays her salary, not the citizens.
Right on. Hey, vicious man, really vicious.
You don't have to say anything, Senator. This document from the Government Accounting Office really tells the whole story. Once again, silent agreement. I am sure the senator or a spokesman of his will be in touch with us soon. I will let you know. Until then, this is Miles Townsend reminding you that these are times to talk.
He nailed him. He nailed him.
This guy is great.
You know, I've known Miles since I opened this place. Must be, what, 7 years?
I knew him in China. He was still on UPI then. I was AP. He's the greatest.
What time does he usually come in around here?
Well, I don't know. Hasn't been in about a week. He must be working on a big story. He tends to keep to himself when he smells fresh blood.
Kind of chilly, ain't it? I enjoyed your show today.
It's late. I do not appreciate waiting.
I had a little bit of homework to do. I like to know who I'm dealing with.
I did a little homework of my own. You are presently known only as Stingray, a vague reference to the car you drive. Or possibly your name is Charles Johnson, ex-intelligence agent, saw action in Cambodia, Kurdistan, Afghanistan. Or you might be Edward R. Foxworth, convicted of the murder of your CO during the siege of Kaisan. I'm sure one of those names rings a bell.
What can I do for you, Mr. Townsend?
I'm working on a story that would make the UN scandal look like a 2-bit sports filler. Unfortunately, being a public figure, I'm not as free to move around. You work outside the system. Most people in the government don't even know you. That's important.
And what exactly is it you think I can do for you?
I want you to help me break the story, damn it. What else?
I don't think so.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm not finished.
Look, I don't know what you know about me or what you think you know about me, but apparently you got the wrong information. You're looking for Jimmy Olsen. Now, if you want the scoop of the year, you get yourself another boy.
Hold it, man. My life may be in danger.
You just bought yourself another minute.
Who's doing the hiring, you or me?
Nobody. I'm not for hire. And you said your life's some kind of danger?
This story is big. There are people who would do anything to keep it quiet.
Now, you're working on a case you won't tell me anything about. There may or may not be people trying to kill you. If you want me to help you, you're going to have to trust me a little bit.
Once you agree to help me, I will give you what little I do know, not before.
Sorry, it's not my style. Your minute's up.
Hold it, Stingray or Charles or Edward, whatever your name is. I'd reconsider if I were you. You're not quite the big secret you think you are. If anyone can blow your cover, I can. Think about that.
Go ahead. Hit me with your best shot.
Even though a final statement has not been issued, police have verified that Miles Townsend's tragic death yesterday was the result of drunk driving. The White House has expressed, and I quote, deepest sorrow over the loss of one of journalism's finest. Funeral arrangements have been set for tomorrow with only close friends and family in attendance. As a personal note, we here at station WWBL would like to offer our condolences to Erica Townsend, producer of Times to Talk, the show her father moderated for the last 3 years. Erica, our thoughts are with you.
Miles Townsend was known to be a heavy drinker, though friends acknowledge his reluctance to drive on such occasions. And now turn...
Deepest sorrow over the loss of...
If anyone can blow your cover to the world, I can. You're not quite the big secret everyone thinks you are. Damn it, man, someone's going to kill me.
This is not going to work at all. We need more pastels, pinks, and blues, something that's going to show up on camera. Go back and do it right this time.
How's it going, Erica?
Wally, hi. Sorry I didn't stop by this morning. I had to talk to Michael about the research on the 2-hour.
Well, did he come up with anything?
Big zero. He doesn't know a thing about it. If we don't figure out what Dad was working on, we're going to be up that well-known body of water without the proper means of locomotion.
Listen, would you like a cup of coffee?
Taking a breather is not going to make my dad come back. We're down by one show, a 2-hour special.
Well, whatever you say, but, look, cut some slack to the crew, okay? I mean, they're doing the best they can.
Have I been that bad?
Why do you think I offered to buy you the coffee?
I think I will take that break. May I help you?
You must be Erica Townsend.
Get Donovan. How did you get in here?
I'm frightfully sorry for busting in here like this, but I just heard the tragic news. I'm sorry if I surprised you. My name is Ray Ashton. I was a friend of your father's when we were in Pakistan. My sincerest condolences to you.
My father never mentioned a Ray Ashton.
He probably never mentioned a night in the Bangkok jail either. I have a photograph of the two of us together. This was taken in July of '73 when I was with Reuters. I'm sorry if I startled you. I received a phone call from your father saying he wanted help on a news item. It sounded all rather urgent.
You okay, Miss Townsend?
Sorry, Donovan. False alarm.
It's hard to believe the old boy's gone. After Korea, Vietnam, Pakistan, it's all rather ironic. We used to have a saying in the press corps. End of the world at 10. Wrap up by Miles at 11. I'm very sorry. I'm probably talking far too much. It's just that I'm pretty devastated by this whole thing.
No, that's fine, Mr. Ashton.
Please, Ray.
Ray. Did he tell you what he was working on?
Well, only that it was going to be a very, very important case of some sort.
But he kept the contents to himself.
Well, yes, apparently, and from you as well. It's very, very odd. It must have been one of the hottest he'd come across. Else, why would he keep the details away from his producer, let alone his daughter?
Well, he never felt journalism was a committee process.
Unfortunately, that leaves us high and dry, unless, of course, it had something to do with this Jason McDaniels chap.
McDaniels? The owner of Trans-Allied Airline?
Yes, the research papers on his desk are all about him.
That stuff is old. We did a report a while back on air safety. I'm surprised he still has it out.
I see. It's an awful shame that Miles couldn't finish his last story. I'll tell you what. Miles sent for me to help him with this, whatever it is. I would very much like to finish it for him.
We've been looking and we haven't found a thing.
When Miles and I were in the field, he used to keep his notes in a little pouch on his belt.
He said he didn't trust officers. He didn't feel they were safe. I suppose he was right. Have you checked his home?
No, I haven't.
Yes, I understand. It would be very difficult. I can assist you with that if you like.
Thank you.
Ray Ashton. And he was with Townsend in Pakistan.
Yes, sir, Mr. Medford. I spoke with her just a moment ago. I thought I'd better call it in.
Yeah, well, good work. I'll speak to you later. Tracy, call Brett and Jimbo and tell them to go mobile. Oh, and get me Mike Carnes over at AP.
The scene outside the Capitol today gives little indication of the struggle within. What is at stake is the destiny of the Constitution. Is it inviolate, or can one man abuse its sacred laws? Struggle beneath the cloak of suffocating speculation, revelation, and scandal. Yet, it is the effectiveness and survival. Are we rolling? The scene outside the Capitol today gives little indication of the struggle within. What is it?
If I had known the meeting was going to take so long, I wouldn't have left you cooped up at Dad's office.
Nonsense. It brought back a lot of memories. Besides, I need a rest. Jet lag and all.
I appreciate you going to the house with me.
Believe me, the pleasure is all mine.
Olive Leaf, this is Redwood. West on Sebastian. Black 65 Stingray. Plate is California. Echo Golf Whiskey 769er.
Yes, I'm fine. Last time I was here was a week before the accident. I still can't believe it. Smell that special pipe tobacco you used to smoke.
I see that Miles never gave up his fetish for toys.
That stereo system was his pride and joy. It's got umpteen watts and 1,000 features I still don't understand. He bought us for a system after Mom left. First thing he would do when he came home was turn it on.
I suppose it helped fill the silence of the house.
He said the tapes were his therapy. That and organic gardening. If he wasn't in here listening to Brahms, he was out in the garden shed. Hey, I don't mean to go on. Well, that's strange. It's broken.
I think these tapes have been degaussed. Electronically erased.
But that doesn't make any sense. Why would Dad erase his tapes?
I think someone may have broken in here and done a Class A electronic sweep. Look around. Do you see any dust? Yet supposedly this place has been empty for days. Look at the carpet near the couch. This furniture's been moved quite recently.
Someone was trying to figure out what Dad was working on.
Erica, I haven't been entirely candid with you. The last time Miles and I talked, he said that he feared for his life. I'm afraid that your father may have been the victim of foul play.
My God.
You say he spent time in the garden shed.
We didn't search the shed. Great.
That's odd. If Miles was an organic gardener, he wouldn't be using dimethylene to kill insects.
Careful with that. It's deadly.
It's water. Very clever, don't you think?
These are Dad's memo tapes. I wonder what these photographs are. I bet...
Wind chimes. And no wind.
What the hell is going on here?
Federal intelligence agents.
The government? What makes you think you can just waltz in here and trash this house? Assault us, violate our civil rights?
We can do whatever we want, lady.
Oh, you think so? You want to tell it to the public?
Erica, let me handle this.
Smart move. Untie these ropes and we might put in a good word for you.
I'll bet. Now, why don't you tell us the real story, hmm? Why don't you tell us about Miles Townsend? Why don't you tell us about how you killed him?
Blow it out your hat, Jack!
Oh, I see. So you wish to play tough.
What are you doing?
Do you know how many nerves there are in the human hand? Hundreds. There's one right here. And I believe there's one right there. Now talk.
Tyler, you can't force you.
It's a shadow operation, that's all. We're on standby for pursuit and apprehension.
To whom do you report?
We don't know. All agents involved are coded.
You work outside the system. Most people in the government don't even know you.
Erica, this place is probably going to be crawling with more feds than you could shake a stick at. I suggest we split. Oh, good night, children.
Here you go, then. Developer, fixing solution, and paper. With a blanket over this door here, we should be able to fix up a dark room. Oh, I also brought you a change of clothes. I hope it's your size. What's wrong?
Saturday the 3rd. I feel like a starving dog straining for that juicy steak just out of my reach. Warren Medford is definitely involved, but there are still some pieces missing. Still waiting on Jean to get me those stills. A personal reminder, pick up Erica's bracelet from Dom's. He should be finished engraving it by now.
My birthday is next week.
Are you all right?
It's funny how we fool ourselves into thinking we're immortal.
Yes, well, sometimes a little immortality helps to keep us going. It makes the morrow easier to take.
Definitely involved. There are still some pieces missing. Still waiting on
Who
Jean
is,
to get me those
Jean?
It's a photographer Dad knew in Sarasota, Gene Price. I have his phone number written down. I haven't the faintest idea who Medford is.
Well, they were federal agents at your father's house, right? Let's start there.
You okay? You look pretty ragged.
Oh, I'm a little tired is all. Jet lag and all that.
Federal Intelligence Department, please. Yes, this is Edward Smythe of the Dorchester Hotel in London. I'm calling regarding one of your employees, a certain Warren Medford, who recently stayed with us. Yes, well, we have some mail for him. Should I forward directly to your accounts department? He's not. Special programs and operations. Well, how fortunate that I called then. Thank you so much.
I want to thank you for helping me through this.
Well, perhaps Gene Price can help us even more by filling us in on those negs.
Well, there's only one way to find out. Hello, I'd like to speak with Jean if I could, please.
I'm terribly sorry, but Jean was killed in a drunk driving accident. Hello? Hello?
Thank you.
He's dead, isn't he?
Drunk driving.
Just when everything seems to be settling down, this guy drops in and finds something.
Do we get a make on him through AP?
The full history on Ray Ashton. But nobody down there ever remembers seeing the guy.
We ran his tag and prints. They checked out.
We got Goethe entering the country in about 24 hours. This Ray Ashton has already mixed us into this mess. This is a closed operation. From now on, I'm pulling everybody off except us three. I don't know who this guy thinks he is, but I want him.
It's been making that screech for the past 2 hours. It's very annoying. I can't think, and it's driving me crazy.
It's broken. Brad's probably chewed through the speaker wire insulation.
Oh, well, that's a pretty thought. Look, I've got an appointment for lunch, so I can't hang around here very long.
Better take off, ma'am. It's going to take a little while.
Just try not to cause a mess, okay?
I think I have discovered what your father was into. I think I now know how our Mr. Medford has been making his mad money. What's wrong?
I contacted the man in the black Stingray. He's supposed to do favors for favors. Maybe my favor was too big. Maybe I blew it by being over anxious. I told him that someone might try to kill me if he didn't help. He turned me down.
You lead a charmed life, mister. You really do. You were that close from finding the police here when you came back.
Why didn't you call them?
Because I needed some answers. Because my father is dead and somehow the government is involved. Because I really have nowhere to turn.
Erica, can you believe me when I tell you that I am trying to help?
How can I? You won't even tell me who you are. Some shining knight who rides around in his Stingray. Why don't you tell me your real name? What's the big secret? What's the big mystery? If you thought somebody murdered him, why didn't you just come to me in the first place?
I did come to you, but I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure he'd been murdered. That way, if I'd been wrong, I would have gone in my way, and it wouldn't have made any difference. You didn't need that extra burden, neither did I.
I am so stupid. I should have seen it from the start. My father is killed. People are chasing after his tapes, and there you are. Mr. Nice Guy doing his best to help me out. I must be blind. Who am I trying to kid? I'm his daughter, and I didn't even see he was in trouble.
Erica, look, right now, we gotta stop blaming each other. Right now, we gotta deal with the present, and we gotta find out who killed him.
Why? You haven't answered that yet either. Why is it so important to you?
Because all we've got is each other. Guy on the right is Medford. The guy he's shaking hands with is Adal Niman.
How old is this photo? Niman disappeared 6 years ago after he was dethroned. He's supposed to be dead.
What if he's not? What if he's right here living in this country?
I'm not following you.
I found out that Warren Medford runs the witness relocation program. What if he's taking some kind of a payoff to bury these people in the system?
That still wouldn't get them into the country.
Jason McDaniels could. The head of a major airline could pull a few strings. Miles said he didn't have all the pieces yet.
That's why he didn't break the story.
I think I know how I can pull it off.
It was the Watergate era, right? Make this very clear. I'm so lonely right now I could eat the taillights off a dump truck. I was into was boxing. I used to love boxing. I loved it when I'd see Howard Cosell at ringside. We're standing here talking to one of the greatest of all time, Muhammad Ali. Muhammad, talk to me. I'm really ready, Howard, of all time, the greatest of all time, of all... Hey, of all time, of all time. Thanks, folks. Good night. Thank you. It's great.
Great photo.
That's a hell of a lot better than your Groucho used to be.
How you been, Jeff?
Been great, man. How you been? Hey, listen, on Sunday, Kendall and I are having this all-day-long marathon baseball game. Can you come?
No, I don't think so.
What's wrong with you, man? Like if somebody hit you in the head with a baseball bat.
I'm just a little tired, that's all.
Just a little tired, that's all. Tired? Look, this is me you're talking to, man. You don't spend 3 months of your life in a 6x5 room with someone and not know what's going on, you know. You want to talk, man. What's happening?
Look, I came for the favor. I didn't come here for therapy, okay? I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry, man. Whatever you need, whatever you want, you got it. Just let me know what it is.
I want you to do your stuff.
Yeah, hello?
Jason, we're in trouble. I'm scared.
Warren. What the hell are you doing calling me at 3 o'clock in the morning?
Look, I think I finally figured out what Townsend had on us. We better talk before everything collapses.
Where are you now?
I'm not at home. Meet me at the high school football field at 7th and Main in 1 hour.
Waiting for someone?
Who are you?
Me? I'm the guy you've been wanting to talk to. I called you here. Not Medford.
You're wasting your time. I don't think we have anything to talk about.
Let's talk about Miles Townsend. Let's talk about how you killed him.
Is that all? May I go now? Because I would like to call the police and tell them that some strange man impersonating a federal agent dragged me out of bed to make unfounded accusations, which is exactly what they are. You haven't got a thing on me. Goodbye.
I wouldn't be so hasty to leave.
You haven't said anything to make me stay.
Well, how about a dial in the man's home address in Florida, huh? How about that? We can talk about all the criminals you brought into the country and all the heavy payoffs you collected from them. That kind of interests me.
Meaning?
Meaning I want in. You got a nice cushy little setup here, all these undesirables popping into the country. The witness relocation program must be paying off millions. I've got Miles Townsend's tapes. You don't.
Warren. I never make appointments without checking and double checking.
I can't believe this is happening. Now, I told you if you kept this up, somebody was going to find out.
I have things under control, Warren.
Yeah, like you had with Townsend. Look what that got us. Now, I told you to buy him off.
I never spend money unless I have to. I took the low-cost option with the reporter, and the policy still stands.
You know, if I'm not heard from in 1 hour, 10 copies of those tapes are going to be heading out to all the major news networks.
If you had anything, it would be all over the papers by now.
Now, Jason, we should have stopped with the first one. Now, I say deal with him and then dismantle the entire operation.
Warren, you really tire me. Go wait in the car. In just a moment, Warren, I'm going to ask Jimbo and Brett to kill this fine young man. That's not something you want to see. Get rid of him.
Well, sure enough, didn't work. Head west when you go down to the street.
Are you all right?
Just it's a bad dream.
The closer we get to this thing, the more obvious it becomes that it was too late to save my father. There is nothing you could have done. You see that, right?
Yeah.
want to get an hour before Russell Dixon enters the country.
Russell Dixon? The name on Dad's blotter?
Also known as Heinrich Goethe, international terrorist.
Just like Adele Niemann. McDaniels is bringing him into the country after Medford arranged for a new identity. What are you going to do?
I'm going to be a good American and welcome Mr. Goethe to our fair land.
Welcome aboard. Tom, Mr. Dixon, your seat is 33B this aisle.
Thank you.
Well, we're 5 after. Let's lock up.
Whoa, your horses. Hi, Winnie McDonald. I got to be in Louisville. Catch transfer to Miami. I overslept. You mind if a fellow steward hitches a ride?
Welcome aboard, Winnie.
Show off a Wyndham. Thank you, ma'am. You know, girls, ever since I started this job, I simply cannot sit still through an entire flight. I want to do the snack run. You mind if I do the snack run?
You got a deal.
Coffee or snacks?
Yes, that would be nice.
Black? There you are. Enjoy. Coffee? I think it's his heart. Tell the captain we have to land. We've got to get him to a hospital. Sir? You're gonna be fine, Mr. Goethe. I guarantee it.
Yes. Put it through. You have a very interesting style, Mr. Ashton.
So do you, using your airline to bring international scum into the country. Naughty, naughty.
I have the tapes. You want them? You talk to me. It's either that or I go to the Washington Post.
Where do we meet? Where are the tapes?
Tell them to put down their guns.
Just out of curiosity and for my personal edification, why did you kill Miles when you didn't know whether he had anything on you?
Fear of the unknown, Mr. Ashton. Killing Miles Townsend was a precaution.
You're a pretty paranoid kind of guy.
I don't like unpredictability.
You got a TV in your limo? Turn on Channel 5. Go ahead.
On the heels of Miles Townsend's death comes the implication of Jason McDaniels in an alleged murder and smuggling conspiracy. Our live-action mobile crew was able to verify this just moments ago.
Killing Miles Townsend was a precaution.
Full details of the story are still unfolding at this time. We'll keep you informed of new developments as they occur. This is Erica Townsend reporting live.
What the hell is going on here?
Nobody move! This is the U.S. Treasury Department.
house. I don't want it to become a memorial.
Your father wasn't exactly a sentimental man. Memorials were definitely not his style.
Well, I'm glad you can finally get some sleep.
I don't know if sleep's exactly my style either.
Ray. It's more than just my father, isn't it?
Some people carry their past, Erica. Some people hide from it. Sometimes you can't do either. Take care of yourself.
Staring down the barrel of a loaded gun, looking through a rearview mirror, searching for the shadow that you're running from. You can't change the memories. What you did can never be undone. The first time is forever. The first time is forever.
Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned.